here's what we look like. Everything's in where it should be, and castle nut's on. I'm going to torque it down right now. We'll get that taken care of, and then I'm going to put in the shock, and you guys can watch me put in the shock, and then that'll wrap up this video series of putting in the coils, shock, and so forth for the StreetGRIP. And then I'm going to do another video today of the sway bar, so you guys will see the sway bar as well. I'm hoping to get all that done. All right, here we go. Hey guys, I was just reading the RideTech instructions again, and it isn't 50, it is 65 foot-pounds. So I'm going to go back and torque the other side as well, but torque it to the lower ball joint to 65 foot-pounds. Okay, so lower ball joint to 65 foot-pounds. All right, let me set up my torque wrench here, and ouch. Oh, got my knee. Ow. All right, here we go. And set it to 65 foot-pounds. All right, where am I at here? Unlock it. And we're going to, there is 65. Locked in place. All right, here we go. Okay, one more check on that. All right, let's look and see where our carter pin hole is located. And I think we're just about there. I think we've just about got it. I think. Let's see here. Our good ones here. It needs to go just a little bit more, so torque it here with this guy just a little bit more. Oh, man. Well, if I can, let's see if I can get the carter pin through here. I might have to put it on this guy and set it up for a little bit higher just so I can move it just a little bit more. Needs to move just a fraction. Just a fraction. Let's go here. To 67 should give me enough without messing up the torque wrench here. Let's see if it moved. That might have been enough. Just might have got it. Almost there, not close. All right. All right, here we go. Hey, I think that's it. Victory, we got it. All right, guys. This side is buttoned up. All right. Pretty excited. Okay, so the next thing on this side is going to be putting the shock in, so I'll show you guys that in just a couple minutes. RideTech does a really good job. Sorry, that's our dog Strawberry and Shortcake in the background, so you'll probably hear him talking to the neighbors from time to time. So RideTech does a really good job labeling all their hardware. You can see right here, front shock kick, and it might be backwards on the phone that you're looking at, but that's what that bag does. That's going to have the bolts and lock washers and washers to install these shocks for the front. When you get the directions, okay, for the shock, what you need to do is you need to remove the adjustment that sits on the top. They give you a little Allen wrench to take that off. It just slides right off. When you put the bushings on, the bushings go on with, so what you're going to do first is you're going to put on the flat one like this. This goes on here. Then there are two sides to the RideTech bushings. If you hold it up where it says, if you hold it up like this, you can see there is a smaller end, smaller diameter, protruded part, I guess you could say, and then there's a larger diameter one, okay? The larger diameter is going to go to the bottom, like this, okay? Then you're going to push this up into the frame. On the top of the frame, you're going to do the exact opposite. So the smaller end will go down the top of the frame, and this will go on the top, and then there are two nuts that are low profile or thin nuts that go on the top here. The first one goes down, you torque it to, I believe it's 35 foot-pounds, or until the bushings bulge just enough so that they aren't coming out of the plate here. If they start to protrude out farther, then that's too much. Okay, so it needs to just come just to the outside, just right there. All right, and I'll show you guys the picture of that. So I'm going to give this a try to stab this in here. The other side, I was able to get it in without jacking anything up, so hopefully I don't have to jack up this side of the frame to get this in. So let's give it a shot and see if I can get it in there. Here we go. Oops, I don't want that nut on there. Let's take that off of there. Hey, we might work. Hey, there we go. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'll run the end of this up through the shock tower hole up at the top. Let me show you guys this here. Move the camera up. I don't know if you guys can see that. All right, hold on just a sec. I'll reposition the camera. Okay, so up at the top here, what I'm going to do is take the bushing with the small impression and put it down like this. Then I'll put the top on. Then I have to move it around, make sure that it seats. And once I do that, then I should be able to get enough threads through to at least put the first nut on here. So let me get in here and see what I can do here. There we go. Just enough to hold it in place here for me. All right. Okay. So that's what we're looking at, guys. You can see my little light here. There we go. So, got the pin here. I'll grab you guys. There we go. So you can see what's going on. So you've got the nut. You have the, I guess, flat washer, retainer, and then you're going to have the bushing right down below there. And remember, the smaller end, the small side of the bushing goes down, and the small side of the bushing goes up on the inside. And looking up on the inside here, we can see it. No, you really can't, but it's up there. Now, the fun part is getting this guy up there. And like I was saying before, if you put a jack on it, because it's at an angle like this, it's difficult. So I just push it up with my hand and yeah, get it figured out later. So that's what I'm going to do now. One thing I did do, I put a little bit of the Loctite that they send you, this Vibram-Tite that they send you here from RideTech. So I put a little bit of this on both of the bolts. I went and got fine thread grade 8 bolts to use for the bottom. What they sent, I'm sure, is perfectly fine. Otherwise, they wouldn't have sent it. But I just wanted to up it a little bit, so I went and got grade 8, and they have black on them because I had these in the nuts when I tacked them on. So, all right, so I'm gonna do that part. See if you guys can watch me struggle with this for a little bit. All right, Okay guys, now the struggle begins. Let's see if I can push this guy up to where it's supposed to go here. I think that's seated up there properly. I'm just going to look at this one more time before I tighten that in. So hold on guys just a sec. Before I push this up here, I just want to make sure that I'm in here where it's supposed to be. All right, and you're going to want to use a screwdriver to, let's get this guy down here. Come here, you. All right, so you guys can see what's going on up here. There we go. All right, so you have to switch these guys around so they line up. Okay. I know from when I welded this on that this side goes in a little easier than the other side. Okay, so my elbow does not like me after I do this. Okay, up we go. Come on. I can get my left arm through here while I'm holding it up. I told you it was a struggle, guys. I'm kind of a contortionist here. If I can just get the thread started. Almost. I can lock my arm in here so I can get in there. Okay, round one. It won that round. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Round two. I can lock my arm in here. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna twist it like that. It has to go up. It's not going up. Oh, don't you come down on me. No, back up. Come on. Okay, I think I'm going to try something a little different. That's not coming down as far as the other one did. Okay, I think I'm going to try using a C-clamp on that, if I can get it pushed up with the C-clamp. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll give it a shot here. I don't know if I have enough. Let's see here what we can do. I can just get one side. It's twisting it. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. All right, let's go back to brute force. Okay. I think I'm going to have to try this other side right here so I can get in here with my left hand. It's the one that doesn't like to go, though. Ouch. No, don't you come out. All right, we'll try that again. I think I know what I'm going to do here. It's kind of weird. Oh, that's why that was sticking up there. All right. One more time. Here we go. Pressing up. Okay. All right. Up we go. Come here, you. Come on. If I can just start it right there. No, let's spin it around. Okay. This underneath it here. All right. Let's see if this one works here. Well, that didn't work. I still got it up there. Where did the washer go? Here we go. But it's falling down on me. Okay, up we go farther. Okay, big push. I know you fit. I know it. I know it. Darn it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but okay, that guy up there. You get this lock washer and this washer here. Move it over this way. Get under here and look at, see what I'm looking at. See what I'm trying to do here. Okay, it looks like in there. Be out over here. Come on. I know you work. I'm going to try loosening this guy just a little bit here. Give me a little play. There we go. Okay, I can see that I'm up in that spot. I'm not lining up with the thread somehow. I don't know why. Let's go like this here. Okay, so that's in the spot. That's it right there. That is it. So, let's angle am I at here? It's not allowing me to get this set up. From up here. Get off there. It's hard to see what's going on. I don't want to cross thread this. Where's my screwdriver? I think that got it. Hey, we got it. We just had to change the angle we were going in at there. All right, and let's make sure this guy's going in okay. And this guy's going in okay. We have Loctite on there, and I am gonna, I didn't see torque specs on this, so I'm just putting some muscle behind it. And with that Loctite, it should hold it in pretty tight. And I'll put a little line on it so that I know that that's it. All right, that is not coming off of there. No way, no how. All right, let's call it finished with this little line right here. We're gonna go like this off the top, right there, and I'm gonna mark it on here. So that's marked, and then I'm gonna go like this, straight down like that, so we can see that nothing's changing there. All right, I'll even do another one on this side right here, right there. There's two. So, and one on this side. There we go. All right, guys. And wipe this guy off. Real good, get rid of all that never sees on there. And mark this guy. This guy is torqued down. That guy's done. We are good to go. All right, guys. So this is the directions, or these are the directions for the top of the shock. You put the thin jam nut onto the threads, tighten it to 35 foot-pounds, okay? The bushing should be tight, but not to the point that the bushing is bulging past the support washer. So this is what they're showing. So you don't want it to bulge past. You want it to be right inside like this. Now, the other side that I didn't get to 35 foot-pounds, and it was starting, it was actually at this point right here. So I stopped at that point. I didn't want to push it any farther. And then I put the jam nut, or the other nut, on top of it. So the two washers, now, I'm sorry, the two nuts. It looks like those are really big nuts, but they're actually the really thin nuts that go on top. So they're not these huge looking ones. All right, guys, so let's do that. I'm gonna get this tightened on here. There we go, and I'm gonna use my just my regular ratchet for a little while until it. There's no reason to put the torque wrench on it yet. So here we go. Moving down. Take these guys off of here. Okay, so that is getting close to bulging off the support here. Let me move the camera. Here's what we're looking at right now. You can see, see if you can see. All right, the bushing is starting to, on this side, right there we go. On this side, it's starting to come out to the other side. It is sitting kind of cockeyed, I guess, off to an angle, but that's kind of the way it went in. And I had everything lined up. So I think after we have everything on the vehicle and we drive it a little bit, I'll go back and I'm going to check everything, and I'll check every single bolt and make sure that everything is still, you know, torqued down to what it should be and everything is where it should be. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put the torque wrench on it and see if it's around 35. Even if it's not, I'm just going to go ahead and put in, I'll put the other nut on it and lock it in place, because I don't want the bushing to bulge past the spot that it is right now. Okay, let's see what we're at here. Okay, so I'm not at 35, but the bushing is starting to bulge, and that's where I'm going to leave it until I get everything else on it. So Put the second nut on here. Lock this guy down on top of it. Got a hold. Let me see here if I can get a 9/16 in here. I think I've got one sitting out here. 9/16. All right. Put this guy right here. And this guy right here, if I can. All right, that's locked that down. That's good. Check. Oh, I can't check that guy, but I will later. Now, last step is to put this little guy on. So you have a flat side. Put your little Allen key in there and lock it down. There you go. That's it, guys. All right, not too shabby. So here we are, all done with the front. Nice to see those finally done, locked in, marked off. Yeah, I am stoked. So, what have I learned in this whole process with putting the street grip on the front? So the lessons I've learned thus far with this whole process of the street grip, sorry, I gotta look in the camera, there we go. It's over on the side of my phone, would be put the never sees on the ball joint shaft, I guess, to make sure that when it's in the drop on the spindle, it doesn't lock up. That caused a major issue. Oh, make sure that the speed nuts, either leave the speed nuts in. They're not going to cause a problem with the coil spring itself. The coil spring goes right around it, right around your springs, or right around the nuts. If, like mine, one side of the control arm, the bottom control arm, doesn't have the speed nuts, they just weren't there at all, weld in new nuts. Buy new bolts, or take the bolts they have, get nuts for them, and then go ahead and attach them. Just tack them in. That's all I did. So those are done. So that's huge. Okay, make sure so that when you do put the shocks in, you can bolt them up. Other than that, is pretty easy. I mean, everything's just take apart, put back together. So not really an issue at all, other than the whole speed nut issue or having the nuts inside of the bottom of the control arms. That was the only problem I really ran into. If you want to make yourself a little tool like I have for compressing the springs, if you don't, the thing about the Tri-5s is the compression has to come from inside of the frame where the shock comes through, okay? If you try to use the other compressors, I know I've seen other guys on YouTube that have had all sorts of problems with those, and I guess you can get them to work, but you guys saw how easy it was for me to do it. It just tightens down, comes up. I mean, it's not that difficult. It just takes a little bit of, manhandling. If I had a ratchet wrench, I would just ratchet it up and take it off. So that's pretty cool. Got that done. Yeah, so it's sway bar time, guys. The back, the composite springs are in, the leaf springs are in. The shocks are just waiting for the body to come back on the frame. The HPI frame bracing kit is on. That's good. I'm going to do another video once I put all my garbage away that's in the garage. And I just have to do the back supports. So remember, I'm making some supports to go across the back that fit on that little kit that I'll make if people are interested in purchasing them. And it'll just be a bolt-on kit. It'll go on if you either want to do the C-notch or just have them regular. And it'll be cool. And then I can also do, if you wanted to mount the shocks to them, you can. But I'll show you what I've got. I'm going to do the same thing for Rusty as well. So that's it, guys. Cool. This video is done. If you haven't checked out Half Rod's builds, please check him out. It's not half like as in the half of something. It's H-A-F-F. Also check out Rusty Wrenches. Check out Dan's Tri-5s, I think it is, but I'll have the link down below. He's really informative. He knows so much, and at the end of all his videos, he does this really cool thing where he teaches you something about Tri-5s, which is really neat. Check out Rusty Wrenches. Check out Montana Garage, 55210. some good channels out there, people helping out, which I really like. So yeah, just help everybody's channel grow. Like and subscribe to mine if you don't mind. And we'll see you guys for the next videos, which I'm going to shoot in just a second, which will be putting the sway bar on. And then I'll have a roller. So thanks, guys. Talk to you later.